As much as we know that history will repeat itself, there's a fair few amount of lifters who don't seem to be able to apply that same level of thinking to their own routines and level of progression. And I've been there too. You know, back when I was a wee lad, you know, I was like, yeah, pretty much my starting lifting weight was 160. I was 16. I just quit doing gymnastics. I could do some pretty cool shit. I was like flipping around and stuff. This person doesn't know how to use this intersection. But yeah, go. So it's kind of tricky. I don't blame her. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I was 160. You know, I was doing gymnastics, and that was like 10 to 16. You know, so every summer. That wasn't competition season. That was kind of when we really focused on like learning new shit. And there's a little more emphasis on like strength and conditioning. You know, we do kind of more working out, pull-ups, calisthenics style stuff. But every summer for like the last 3, all of us were like, all right, yeah, this summer we're gonna really start lifting weights and working out. I'm gonna work out hard this summer. I'm actually gonna get big. Dude, I'm telling you, this summer, I'm going to kick it into gear. I'm going to lock in. You know, I'm going to. And yeah, that never happened. That did not happen until, a few years had passed, you know. Because it's, I don't know, I guess it could kind of seem a little, maybe daunting isn't the right word. But you're kind of in a state of pre-launch before you actually start working out and you really want to, or maybe not even really want to, but like you're interested, you know, it's fucking completely mainstream nowadays. I can't think of a high schooler I can't think of anybody 15 to my age and above who isn't somehow involved in the gym or has somebody like in their friend group or their family who's lifting weights on a consistent basis, which is very good. You know, this looking back to the original, or not the original, but even just a couple, well, I say years, more like decades, right? The gym used to be a bit grungier, you know. It was the barrier to entry was a little bit higher. It wasn't so just, you know, classic, which I think is a fucking awesome thing, you know. As far as I've said this a couple times, as far as I'm concerned, the more people in the gym, the more money for gyms to make, the better equipment that they'll be able to buy, and then it's just a positive fucking feedback loop, man. But, you know, even me, who apparently had the potential to become a huge meathead, I went through the phase of like, I'm going to lock in this summer. Never happened. I'm going to lock in this summer. Okay, well, it never happened. You know, so I know there's characters out there. I know you've got some dogs who, just really aren't doing anything else, right? I feel like I'm a little, like I'm almost pleading in a way when I talk about why everybody should just get in the gym, start working out hard, you know, doing your cardio on a consistent basis. Because half the time I'm talking to guys who I like, you know that you should be pushing this set as hard as you physically fucking can to the point where you want to pass out, right? But then on the flip side, a little more casual, you know, everyone is going to benefit from consistent weight training and cardio activity. No one in the freaking world wouldn't have their just physical well-being improve by being more active, you know. So for as many times as I say that you should do squats until your nose is bleeding down your face and, you know, you genuinely feel like you have 1,000,000 pounds on your back on the last rep, I'm also equally advocating for just fucking, you know, hitting the gym anyway. But there is a gradual increase from those states of being from one to the other. And what I mean by that is, you know, you don't have to start off as a total freak. You don't have to start off knowing anything. You know, I think there's a little, I've referenced this before, there's a bit of a barrier to entry to, you know, I think just the gym in general. Because even though it's pretty mainstream and just basic now, like it's very, let's just say low stakes. You know, it's not going to be completely full of like literal just massive gearheads who are going to yell at you for wearing a stringer. We're past those days. I mean, that's just not even socially acceptable. But there is still kind of an intimidation factor, which, if that's the only thing holding you back from getting started, or if you know that's the only thing holding back somebody that you're buddies with from getting started, some way or another, you need to get around that hurdle or get them around that hurdle. You know, just fucking, if you know your gym is empty at so-and-so time, fucking just convince somebody to come with you right around then, you know? So, and then, so what I was trying to get into is, that's all it takes. When I started working out, I mean, when I was fucking 16, I wasn't an elite priest looking character. Have you seen, I mean, just look it up, 16-year-old Lee Priest. The dude's already a goddamn professional. May as well be, at least. When I was 16, I was curling the 30-pound dumbbells in my bedroom in between games of Fortnite when I was doing my humanities essays and stuff. You know? It's just minor, slow improvements over the course of time. And before you know it, you're looking at a fucking set of 20-inch arms and veins crawling across your back like a goddamn, you know, I was about to say Siberian python. Like you get what I'm saying, you know? So, I guess some of the, a point I'm trying to make there is, don't hold yourself off from starting some shit just because you know you're not really, you know, a fucking pro yet. Half the schmucks walking around the gym anyway think they know everything and are, you know, barely informed about their caloric intake, right? Don't overhype the intimidation level, you know. So enough of that little speech. But plan now, 4:45 at a certain gym is to hit fucking arms, triceps, biceps, and everything in between. Be it, you know, brachialis, medial, short and long head of the tricep, you get the deal. I think I would like to do, I'll see what happens when I get in there. If it's a little bit busier, I'll just do all triceps and then all biceps. If it's a little bit on the emptier side, then maybe I'll just do I'll do triceps supersetted with biceps back and forth. The only reason I'd want to, you know, maybe pick one over the other is I think the quality of the workout's going to be the same. If you're doing an arm day, if you like to do it in a superset fashion, or that's not even the right word, in an alternating fashion, set of pushdowns, set of curls, set of dips, set of curls, set of whatever, back and forth, triceps and biceps. If you want to do it like that, or if you want to do all of triceps and then all of biceps, as long as you do the same volume, you know, you're doing the same amount of sets and all the sets are a good intensity, I don't think you're going to change the stimulus. But if you're doing it like that, then you're using one machine for one set and then you're leaving to go do another set. So more than likely your machine is going to get nabbed. So it just makes more sense to do maybe 2 or 3 sets of each movement, and then, you know, kind of hold your ground, hold your post on your tricep pushdown, and maybe let somebody work in if it's really on the higher end of your gym's population gradient. But either way, I know well, actually, what am I even talking about? I was about to say I know I'm gonna have 19, and I'll bust the measuring tape out this time. And then we can actually see some numerical data on just how pumped my arms are. If I had to guess, optimistically a little, I would love to see 19.5 inches pumped, but that was about as big as they are bulked and pumped. So I think they may be a touch closer to just 19 inches pumped. Not bad, but never satisfied. You know, I can't wait till I can say, whoa, only 22 today. Oh goodness, I was hoping they'd be 23. that is going to be a way cooler thing to say. But doesn't look too busy. Let's get started. I have warmed up. Elbows feel good. I feel strong. Full stack, 2 plates slapped on the side. Now, I would have very different feelings about throwing this much weight on the cable if this is what these reps look like. You know, if I was using a ton of chest and like even lats and just shoulders to move the weight. But if you can manage solid reps, pretty much 90% tricep as the primary mover, I think you should go as heavy as you fucking have to, man. Your triceps are not a light muscle. You can smack them around fucking hard. As long as you don't, you know, hurt your elbows or anything. Oh my God. Okay. A few more. Just like that. Oh my God. Okay. Oh. I think 2 more. This is fucking perfect. No need to move on to anything else. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Let's lose the plates and probably switch handles as well. I haven't done these exactly like this for a little while, but if just a straight up straight bar push down or that W bar push down, I mean, it pretty much just hits your whole tricep. It doesn't specifically bias the long head or the short head or whatever. I feel, at least for me, I feel the whole thing. But sometimes, or not even sometimes, whenever I kind of want to focus a little more on the long head, this sort of bigger part, I'll take a few steps back, really bend over. So it's almost like I'm doing a skull crusher, but I'm staying, instead of laying down and pushing the weight up, I'm bending over and pushing it down. So this is not going to be such a crazy weight-based set. This is much more squeezing focused, because I'm not necessarily focused on completely straightening out my arms. I'm trying to pull them down, and in doing so, mainly feel my long head, this big part on the bottom, flexing and doing most of the work. So kind of hit or miss. You know, sometimes I don't feel it that well. Sometimes I do. Today, after a feeler rep, this will be good. Actually, honestly, standing is kind of a hassle. It's easier to just do it kneeling. Yeah. 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 Oh my God. Okay. Oh. One more like that. And then I think machine dips next. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. Machine dips time. I really do feel more long head doing it like that, though. Time for a nice heavy set. Yeah. Oh my God. One more. All right, same thing. Make a drop set. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. That's enough. Oh. Yeah, tries are fully fucking cooked. Let's go to the dumbbell rack, bust out some heavy curls. All right. I'm beginning to believe that I probably don't need to curl the 80s. I like doing it because it's fun, but yeah, I think 60s is probably a better bet. Like, man. But I also think mechanical tension is the #1 driver of growth. So I'll go heavy sometimes, but today I want to start with a squeezing set of the 60s. None of this like quick reps. Like these are going to be slow, controlled, guaranteed. No swinging, at least to the last few that I'm trying to force out. I'm sure any form fanatics are going to love this set. But let's see how it goes. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh. Eesh. Yeah. Another few like that. A lot of time under tension. I feel like I never say that buzzword, but a few more. Oh my goodness, okay. Let's do some preachers. Moderately heavy. These reps may get a little nastier towards the end, but I'm okay with that. Oh, fuck. Oh. Self-assisted reps of these single arm movements. Fucking perfect. I think another one or two and then we can see what's next. Oh, fuck. Woo. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. That was a really good set. If I had to pick, oh my goodness. If I had to pick one kind of intensifier that you should add to your workouts, because for the most part, everybody's workouts are very similar. Just a set with one weight to as many reps as you can do for the most part, just a basic straight set. If I can give you a tip, grab one of your buddies. Like if you like doing double arm preachers, sit here and have him help you on 5 extra reps. And I don't mean like a little bit of help. I mean like, I want to get to the point where I couldn't even do a rep. Have somebody help me get it up. Or in this case, you know, I do it myself and then ride the negative down. You will not regret it. But let's go do the curl machine and then maybe a little bit more light dumbbells and that's gonna be it. My fucking arms are already cooked. And I've only had like 80 grams of carbs today, so that's sick. So I might do a drop set here. I might just do a straight set. I'll just see how it feels, but well, I was gonna say decently heavyweight, just the full stack. Let's throw it around. I'm not super concerned with making sure that each rep is perfectly nice and slow and controlled. It's the end of the lift. If I just kind of thrash around, 15 reps to failure, I know it's gonna pump up my biceps. And that could just be a personal thing. So that's not necessarily a recommendation. But let's see how this goes and decide if we're done or if I've got room for a little more pumpedness. Okay. Let's pose down. Arms all done. Okay. I was just about to go pose down in the middle ground of the gym, but honestly, the locker room lighting is better, and it's not very busy. You know, I pretty much say this every time. Use fucking discretion if you're going to pose down in the locker room. You know, it's not necessarily the most appropriate place. But nobody in here, so let's just see how pumped we are. Boy. Oh. Okay, all right, we're in business. No. No. Oh my goodness. Okay. What else is there? Oh yeah. You know, there's a well, that's in poor taste. Yeah, man, shit. Pumped. I think I'm just ready to skedaddle. So let's okay, no, I lied. One more. Oh, okay, now we can go. Now that was a solid ass freaking arm day. Yeah, no, I'm working on it, man. All right? Can you blame me? Can you blame me? I like a heavy set of curls, but yeah, probably not super necessary. And I am asking for trouble. You know, I've tweaked my forearms a little bit before really curling extra heavy. You're watching me learn. You're watching me evolve and lift slightly lighter weights. At least for some sets. You know, I'm definitely not going to stop heavy leg extensions, heavy squats. But, I mean, you know, I do advocate an even mix. And for every crazy heavy set, and that's within the realm of, you know, for about 8 to 12 sets, or 8 to 12 reps, you know, if the weight is such that you can do at least 8 complete reps with reasonable form, then I do think it's reasonable. That's fine. That's on the heavier end, which I do want to stimulate myself with. But, you know, for every heavy set like that, there's a lighter squeezing set of, you know, tricep extensions like I did with the kneeling wide bar, you know. Multiple ways to skin the cat of getting a pump. But, you know, regardless, I really cannot emphasize enough how much that I think that the intensity of your workouts is what's going to be the limiting factor of your fucking gains, man. I mean, obviously, lifting the weight session itself is not 100% of the story. It's really only a third. You know, the rest is going to be diet and sleep. If you get zero sleep, you're not going to make any gains, and you're probably eventually just going to croak. You know, people need fucking sleep. If you don't eat any food, eventually you're going to fucking just shrink down, you know. It's the training is the stimulus, right? The eating is the, you know, the nutrients and the energy, and then the sleep is kind of the, you know, sort of the melting pot where those two things combine and add to an extra inch on your arm, or, an extra inch on your bust. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the training though, I don't love how much we pinpoint, like, okay, you should be doing it like this instead of like this. Because even by saying that, like, that sort of nature of speaking kind of implies correct, this will work, and incorrect, this will not work. You have to take every kind of working out discussion and debate, with a solid understanding of the fact that it doesn't matter what the fuck you do in the gym. If you go hard and you eat enough food and you get enough sleep, you're gonna make gains. Now, there are ways to optimize that over time, of course. There are better ways to train, there are worse ways to train. But, if you were, I make this reference reasonably frequently, right? The high school kid, let's say there's two of them, same genetics, same diet, same whatever. If one guy is very meticulous, he wants to do perfect reps, and he doesn't necessarily take his sets as intensely as he should, whereas the other dude's just a fucking farmhand style guy, and he's like, I want to destroy my biceps today, and he just hits him with a fucking vengeance. Who's gonna grow better, right? But then I'm also being I'm kind of misconstruing that idea, because the really smart kind of scientific approach sort of guy, he's not just going to train like a total wuss. He is going to push himself hard. So that's where no matter what you do, as long as you train like a nut, you're good, man. So I think the discussion of science-based training and intuition-based no, I don't stand behind either of those specifically, right? If I wanted a mantra, it's going to be called results-based training, where if you're not getting any results, then clearly what you're doing isn't working, and that's not all training too, right? So I'm kind of jumbling my ideas and saying a lot of shit at once, but what I'm trying to say there is, as long as you train hard, get a pump, go pretty much as heavy and hard as you can on a reasonable basis, take your rest days, eat your food, go to sleep, have a normal day routine, get your protein in and everything, you're going to grow. Nothing's going to stop you. And that's kind of one of the key ideas that I like just talking about all the fucking time, is the fact that there is no barrier to entry apart from just how deep and how much you really want to put some energy into this stuff. Everyone has fucking gyms. Everyone has weights. And even if you don't, everything weighs something. I could build a fucking baller set of biceps if all you gave me was Home Depot buckets and gravel. It probably wouldn't be ideal, but I could do it. Because I know for a fact, all right, I got to get a bicep pump somehow. Let's do this shit. We've all seen the the metal scrapyard workouts where guys have iron gears and just metal pipes, and the dude's fucking more jacked than anybody I've ever seen. So that's kind of something that I just enjoy about working out. And that's kind of why I always talk as long as you just eat, sleep, and train like a nut, you're gonna grow. So that's where the responsibility then falls on you, where it's okay, I know what to do. There is no secret. Pretty much every bit of information there is about working out that everyone knows is out there. You don't even have to talk to people. You don't even have to go up and call somebody and ask them specific questions. You can learn all of this stuff on your phone. Fast forward, rewind back 6-7 years before I started working out at all. I didn't know jack. I didn't know nothing. But from just watching YouTube videos, and not only are there just YouTube videos of people talking about working out kind of in a very wide array and covering sort of all sorts of different aspects like these videos, but there's specific fucking, I'm not talking videos, I mean series of videos where guys are you're a beginner, here's 30 things you should know, here's 10 things you should know about bicep training, here's 15 different chest movements you can do, And these guys are explaining everything in perfect detail. So nothing's stopping you. You know? The only thing stopping you, it's not even a thing, it's actually a person. It's freaking you. You know? So that's oh yeah, this is what I was trying to say. It's cool because it's not like just a skill or a status or whatever. You know, somebody could be an absolute master violinist, but looking at him, you wouldn't know it. Whereas in the gym, which, I mean, it's just, if you really like the gym, it's going to be a little bit more interesting to you. People who don't care about it, then whatever. But I know when I walk into a gym, and it's not about size. It could be a 160-pound dude. But just by looking at them and seeing their development and how they're doing things, like, I know this guy knows what he's talking about. When I go to new gyms, if I'm like going on little trips or whatever else, I do a little bit of a scan. You know, I've got my meathead radar on. I do a quick little scan of the gym, and I see somebody benching, and I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy's really pushing himself hard. Holy crap, this guy's fucking diced. I want to talk to this, like stuff like that, you know? So it's just kind of fun that there's a real visual representation of, you know, the amount of energy that you've put into this thing, and it's going to show. So I guess if you don't give a shit about that, then whatever, you know. But if you do, and you know you do, then when you go to a gym, or you go to your gym, and you know that there's a guy where when he walks in, everybody starts training a little more seriously. You know, when he does a heavy set, people stop and watch, right? Or even if he's doing just a light squeezing set, and he's just pushing himself to the absolute limit, people are still going to watch. It's not all about weight. If you can try to imitate that a little bit more often than you are already, then you are on the right track. But, well, actually, there's no but. That's all I'm trying to say there. So, I think just another 3 weeks of trimming. Yeah. I don't know if no. I know I can do the full 3 weeks, but I'm just really excited to have a full belly again. Lifts are, look, you know that I like working out, bulking or cutting. That's never going to change. But the pump is just 2 degrees of freakiness crazier in both feeling and visually fully bulked up. You know, if I had to pick one or the other, I think the state of bulking, that's my natural state of being. So, time's ticking. Time is ticking before Summer Bulk 2024. What do you think? Should I change the names of these? You know, I feel like it's a little bit repetitive to just name each bulk after the season that it's during, because sometimes these fucking bulks are going to extend past, like, when I start bulking, it's probably going to extend past summer into fall. I don't know, should I give it a crazy name? Fucking Mass Accrual 3.0 2024 day 1. If you leave a comment and if I read a title that jumps out at me for this next bulking series, guess what? That is going to be used. So I'll try to think about it, but, you know, be creative. Be creative. Cardio in the morning. I'm going to have some more steak, canned chicken with mustard, and a ton of fucking Sprite Zero. And I get to call today a day. So I'll see you tomorrow for legs.